My heart went oops. My heart went.
Oops, yeah. My heart just got stuck between these loops. Oops.
Hey! 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 Hey, it's Ali. Welcome back to my channel. Ooh, she's back, guys. The singing intro is back. And if you're new to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button to join the hashtag family. So if you guys haven't seen my last video, my top 10 essentials for nursing school, go ahead and click the card right there. Today's video is actually going to be about my essentials for clinical rotations. People in the Philippines refer to it as duty, but I prefer clinical rotations. Now, before we get started, I just want to share with you guys my love for clinical rotations. I just love the fact that nursing students are able to experience work in a hospital setting and healthcare centers at such a young age. That's actually the reason why I chose nursing as my pre-med, because out of all the pre-meds, nursing is actually the first course to experience working at a hospital. Now, I don't know if that is 100% true. This is just based off of my observations. I just see different schools and my friends' stories that are from different schools that nursing students are the ones that get to go on duty or clinical rotations before any other pre-med. I'm not sure about other schools, but for mine, our clinical rotation started at second year, first sem, before our capping and pinning ceremony. And with this advantage, nursing students get to keep a record of everything that they do during their clinical rotations, and this will all eventually serve as our credentials for when we want to work in the future. I just think it's cool that we already get to prove that we have hospital experience ever since that we were students. I mean, at 18 years old, I was able to help deliver a baby. That's crazy, and that goes on my record forever. But I respect all kinds of pre-meds, and every single pre-med has their own benefits. I am so sorry for that super long intro, so without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so number one of my essentials, guys, listen to me. You guys have to consider this before you even start having clinical rotations, okay? A bag with double zippers and a padlock. Okay, you guys will have no idea where you'll be assigned until your teacher announces it or gives you the schedule. So you could be assigned in a public hospital, a public healthcare center. You could be assigned in your school's hospital, a private hospital. Doesn't matter. The thing is, you guys won't be able to walk around during your rotations carrying all of your stuff, which means you guys will have to leave your stuff and put it down somewhere. Alone. By itself. Out into the open. Even if the place you're assigned to has a separate room for you guys to put all your stuff in, you still need a bag with double zippers and a padlock. When you guys are out and about doing your own thing, the only person responsible for your things is you. So this is my duty bag. This is the Adidas gym duffel bag in the smallest size. It has a double zipper right here, this main compartment, and this doesn't. This is just a single zipper, but I like to just switch all of my valuables to this big compartment. Okay, so basically what I do is I zip these two together, then I put the padlock on, and voila! No one can get into your bag. There have been so many stories of things getting stolen in the hospital during clinical rotations, so it's better to be safe than sorry. If you guys want to get this exact bag, then go ahead and click the link down below. And if you guys ever purchase anything that I recommend, then go ahead and post it on your stories with the hashtag #EllieMadeMeBuyIt. Alright, my number 2 essential is white shoes. White shoes are a given for clinical rotations, but I'm here to help you choose the right ones. So I've got my Duralite and my Crocs. These are currently in a plastic because these have been everywhere. Hospitals, delivery rooms, lying in clinics, everywhere. Always make sure to have an extra plastic or an extra bag with you guys whenever you're on duty, because these are only supposed to be used in sterile areas. Also, when you use this outside of those areas and then you bring them back in, then you're bringing in a ton of germs and bacteria, and no one wants that. So always have a plastic, because if you're gonna put this into your bag, you don't want any germs or bacteria flying around in your stuff. Anyways, the first brand of white shoes is Duralite, and this is probably the most common brand for white shoes, and they are the cheapest. So these were around, I'm not sure if it was, I think these are about 300 pesos. We actually just got this from our local SM department store, but I think you can find them anywhere. And then I have my white Crocs, and they just look like this. They are not in a plastic bag because I haven't used these yet. Now, let me tell you why. Crocs are way more pricier than Duralights. I think these are actually like 2,000 pesos. When you have a pair of 300 peso white shoes and a pair of 2,000 peso white shoes, and you know you're gonna work in a place where there's gonna be blood and poop and everything in there, which one are you gonna use? Of course you're gonna use this one because you don't want to have to mind that you're gonna be stepping all over blood or something nasty. So yeah guys, don't buy Crocs. Just go ahead and buy yourself some Duralite white shoes, okay? I hope you learned a lesson from me. Okay, my third essential is snacks, and I don't have any with me right now because I don't want to bring food up here, but snacks. I recommend easy snacks, some crackers, some cookies like Fita, Ritz crackers, Chips Delight, Oreos in those little packages, just something that's easy to carry around, because when you're on duty you don't really know exactly when you're able to eat your lunch. It all kind of depends on how busy the hospital is, but when you do have a moment, just like a 1-minute break, and you want to sneak in a little snack, then I suggest some crackers, some cookies, something that's just super easy. I often have Oreos in my lunchbox, even though I'm not a huge fan of Oreos. I absolutely love Cal cheese. So yeah, snacks are really gonna save your life. Also guys, I really suggest that when you're on duty, you have to pack your own lunch the night before. A lot of my classmates like to do Lala food, Grab food, any kind of food delivery, and yes, I am a victim of that. But you know, those expenses add up, so I really do suggest that you pack your lunch as much as possible. My fourth essential is something to do. You always have to bring something to do because you never really know when the hospital or the healthcare center is going to be busy or kind of chill. Most of our chill days are during our clinical rotations in the delivery room because you never really know when the mothers are going to give birth exactly. So while you're waiting, you don't want to waste your time. You usually want to study for a quiz, finish up some homework. Just always bring something to do so you make sure that you use your time wisely. If you guys haven't seen my A Day in the Life of a Nursing Student video, go click the card right there. You probably have seen it, but if you haven't, go ahead and check it out. You guys will probably see a clip where we're just kind of sitting around and waiting for something to happen, and usually during that time we like to study or study, because even if you're on duty, your CIs are still gonna give you quizzes, so you have to be prepared for that. And even after duty, when you're back to classes, you're still gonna have quizzes, so make sure to use that time wisely. Study, do your homework. A little disclaimer though, only do those things whenever you really don't have anything to do, when everything's just kind of chill, when there's no patients, when your CI doesn't need you, when the doctor doesn't need you, when the chief nurse doesn't need you. Just make sure to do those things at the right time. You don't want to be doing those things while everyone else is helping out. Okay, so my fifth essential is multicolored pens. If you're like me and you love organizing your notes, then this is super essential for you. You just have so many different color choices instantly available to you. So here's a little sample for you guys. Usually I would use blue for titles and subheadings, and then I would use black for just any random notes, and then I would use red for anything I need to emphasize on, anything important. And I just love how the pens will just be able to give you these kinds of colors available automatically, and they're just easier if you want to organize your notes quickly. If you guys want to buy some cute multicolored pens, then check out the links down below. Now we have reached the mother load. This is probably my #1 like top essential when it comes to clinical rotations. This is my stethoscope case. This is my baby. This not only holds my stethoscope, but this also holds any other kind of medical tool that I need. Oh, babaliktad, ang galing. There you are, my love. I knew something was missing. So inside of this, I can fit my stethoscope, curved forceps here. I have American bandage scissors, Philippine bandage scissors. Then I have a thermometer, a pen light, medical tape, and a measuring tape. And then I have gauze pads and alcohol pads. If you guys want to buy the same exact one that I did, then check out the link down below. Oh, and for those of you wondering, my stethoscope is a Littmann Classic 3 in all black. I absolutely love this stethoscope. This is my dream stethoscope, and I got it already. Thank you to my lovely parents. Okay, so my next essential is my sphygmomanometer. This is what takes your patient's blood pressure. I just got mine in this kind of lilac color, I think. I think it's like an off lilac color. And then I also got the little bumper to protect it, so the glass doesn't shatter if it ever falls. This is the brand Backstill, and I also recommend Backstill for sphygmomanometers. I recommend Backstill. My 8th essential is an extra plastic or a trash bag, like I mentioned earlier, because not only you can use this for your dirty shoes, but you can also use it for your dirty scrubs, and just so you won't get your bag dirty and filled with germs. So I definitely recommend an extra bag or a trash bag to keep with you at all times. So these last two are no-brainers, meaning that you're automatically supposed to have these during clinical rotations. The first one I put together, it's surgical masks and clean gloves. So surgical masks and clean gloves are a must because you have no idea when exactly you might need this. You need to have this at your side at all times. Especially clean gloves, because clean gloves are usually used for more basic kind of procedures, unlike surgical gloves that come in these little packets that help them stay sterile. You usually use these kinds of gloves for more serious procedures such as surgery or delivering babies, and you need clean gloves just in case you have to deal with any basic procedures that have blood or body fluids, or maybe a patient has broken skin and you want to keep your hands clean and away from any germs or bacteria. So you need to have clean gloves with you at all times. And of course, alcohol, a no-brainer. Make sure to spray yourself at all times before you deal with a patient, after you deal with a patient, and also wash your hands properly. I also have some bonus essentials that you might have seen from my last video, but if you haven't seen that, go ahead and click the card. It is my pocket Wi-Fi and power bank, of course, and also my paraphernalia kit. Also, someone commented on my last video that I forgot to put my watch in my paraphernalia kit, which thank you for commenting that, by the way, but I forgot to put it in there because I usually already wear it before I leave the house, so yeah. So that is all I have for my top 10 essentials for clinical rotations. I hope this kind of helped you get an idea of what you might need before you start duty, or if you're already on duty and you don't have any of these things, then you might want to get yourself some. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media right here. I'm Ellie. Don't forget to keep it simple. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Tell me why you gotta look at me that way. You know what it does to me. So baby, what you tryna say? Lately all I want is you on top of me. You know where your hands should be. So baby, won't you come show me?